Arlo's Great Story Adventure. Once upon a time, there was a little wooden puppet named Arlo. He lived in a cozy workshop filled with the smell of sawdust and glue. Arlo was happy, but he was also a bit bored. He knew his own story by heart. Don't lie, listen to the cricket, and someday become a real boy. I wonder, Arlo whispered to the moonlight, if other stories have to end the same way every single time. Suddenly, the room filled with a shimmering blue light. Out of a cloud of sparkles stepped Aura, a fairy with wings that looked like dragonflies. She smiled at Arlo and held out a shimmering golden key. "This is a story skipper key, Arlo," she said. "If you want to see how other stories go, you can visit them. But be warned, sometimes the best endings are the ones you make yourself." Arlo turned the key in the air, and zip, he was standing in a field of straw. A big, hairy wolf was taking a deep breath, getting ready to blow down a tiny house. Arlo hopped right in front of him. "Wait!" Arlo cried. "Why are you blowing down houses? Don't you know that's very rude?" The wolf stopped and looked confused. "I'm just hungry," he huffed, "and this is what I always do." Arlo looked at the little pig, Bramble, who was peeking out from the straw house. "Bramble," Arlo said, "do you have any snacks?" And Wolf, instead of huffing and puffing, "Why don't you help Bramble build something fun?" Instead of a brick house, they spent the afternoon building a giant, colorful, bouncy castle. The wolf found out he loved jumping much more than huffing. Arlo waved goodbye and used his key again. This time he landed in a dark, twisty forest. He saw a girl in a bright red cloak named Sira. She was carrying a basket of treats. "Are you going to your grandmother's house?" Arlo asked. Sira nodded. "Yes, but I'm worried a wolf might be waiting there to trick me." "That's how the story goes, right?" Arlo shook his head. "Let's go see for ourselves." When they reached the cottage, there was no wolf in the bed. Instead, they heard a loud clatter-clack from the backyard. They ran around the corner and saw Sira's grandmother, Gilda. She wasn't wearing a nightcap. She was wearing a helmet and knee pads. Gilda was zooming up and down a wooden ramp on a skateboard. "The forest is for adventures, not for napping," Gilda shouted with a laugh. Arlo's next stop took him to a dusty kitchen where a girl named Alara was scrubbing the floor. A sparkly invitation sat on the table. "The royal ball is tonight," Alara sighed. "But I don't have a dress or a carriage. I suppose I'll just stay here and cry until a magic lady shows up." Arlo hopped onto a pumpkin. "Do you even want to go to a dance?" he asked. Alara paused. "Actually, I'd rather plant a garden." Arlo smiled and handed Alara a small shovel. "Then let's do that." Forget the glass slippers. Alara put on some sturdy boots. Together, she and Arlo planted rows of magical blue roses and giant sunflowers. By the time the sun set, the garden was more beautiful than any palace ballroom. Alara realized she didn't need a prince to be happy. She just needed some dirt and some seeds. Arlo felt a tug on his wooden heart. it was time to go home. He used the golden key one last time and appeared back in his workshop. Aura the fairy was waiting for him. "So, Arlo," she asked, "do you still want to be a real boy so you can have a real story?" Arlo looked at his wooden hands and smiled. "I think being a puppet is just fine," he said. "I can make any ending I want." Arlo grabbed a big, blank book and a quill. He didn't wait for his nose to grow, or for a cricket to tell him what to do. He started writing his own adventures, where wolves jump in bouncy castles and grandmas skate. He realized that it doesn't matter what you're made of, wood or paint or dreams, as long as you are the one holding the pen.
Hey friends! Wait! More exciting episodes are on the way. But before that, don't forget to hit that like, share with all your friends, and subscribe to the channel